Are you thinking about growing your very own garlic? Well, in today's video, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I think garlic is absolutely one of the best crops to grow, whether you're just starting out or you're a more experienced gardener. Welcome to True Freedom Permaculture, where I show you all the tips and tricks you need to have a green thumb, even if you were born with one. The first reason why I think garlic is a wonderful thing to grow is because you get a pretty large return for not that much work. All you do is you literally plop a clove of garlic into the ground and make sure that it's well fed. So either through compost, which is ideal, or you can add fertilizer if you want, preferably organic, and just make sure that the soil's well fed and that it has some water. Mine, I can count on one hand how many times I actually had to go in and water my garlic crop this year. So between the rainfall, it's really resilient. It doesn't require a lot of maintenance. I did go in a couple times and I weeded because I do find that when I do weed, I get bigger bulbs. So that is something that you want to do, is kind of just make sure that you're mulching heavily, which will help with moisture retention as well, but also going in and just making sure that you clean up the weeds from time to time. Other than that, you are pretty sure to get beautiful bulbs of garlic. And another thing that I really like about garlic is that you have 2 chances to plant it. So first, you can do it in the fall, which is when I usually do it, just because I usually have a lot going on during the springtime. I'm starting new seeds and blah, blah, blah. So I think that planting things in other times of the year when I can, I try to take advantage of that. And garlic is one of the crops that I do plant during the fall. So you can do it in the fall, and then you can also do it in the spring. So if you miss out on the fall opportunity, don't worry about it. You'll have another chance later on in the year. The other thing I like to do is I like to plant hardneck garlic. So you have 2 different types. You have soft neck and you have hardneck. And there are benefits to both of them. With the soft neck garlic, it's easier to braid, to make those beautiful garlic braids. As you can see, because I grow hardneck garlic, I just kind of gather mine and I bundle it with twine, and that works well for me too. The reason I choose hardneck garlic is because of the garlic scapes. That's another crop that you get. So it's basically what will come up, and the garlic will try to reproduce naturally and it will try to flower. So you cut off the scape, and we usually get those about mid to late summer, and they taste like a garlicky green bean. So it's another bonus crop that you get if you choose to grow hardneck garlic. The second reason to grow garlic is because it's a natural pest deterrent. Garlic itself doesn't have a lot of natural pests, so you don't have to spray heavily and you just don't have to worry about pests as much as you would with other crops. But it can also be used to help deter pests from your other crops by planting it, for example, as a border or as part of a guild. If you don't know what a guild is, I have a video on that, or you can research it yourself, but with other crops as well. And so it can deter pests that can cause a lot of damage, so like aphids, beetles, and slugs. So it's nice to have that as well. So what I do with mine a lot of times is, if I plant it as a border, sometimes I'll just do like a linear border on the outside perimeter of a garden bed, or I use it as part of a guild around my apple tree. I just plant it underneath the drip line and just use that. And I plant other things in there as well, but doing that will help to ward off some of the pests from the other things growing within it. Some people even will make sprays out of garlic, and they'll spray it on their plants to ward off things like rabbit or deer. I personally don't tend to use this as much, just because you have to reapply it after every time it rains. So I haven't done this personally, but some people have had success with it. The third reason to grow garlic is because of its wonderful health benefits. It's really versatile, so besides being a delicious ingredient found in many different types of cooking, it's wonderful to have sort of in your medicine cabinet arsenal as well. And I put it in my fire cider, for example, and I make that every year, because garlic has antimicrobial properties. It's a great antibiotic. You might have already heard of people starting to take garlic when they start to feel like flus and colds coming on, and it's actually best used raw. Now, I will say that some people are sensitive to garlic, like their stomachs just can't handle raw garlic. So especially if you're just starting out, maybe just try like a little piece and see how you do, not like an entire clove at once. Some people who do have problems digesting garlic will say that not taking raw garlic on an empty stomach will help, so maybe take it with a meal. And what happens is when you cook the garlic, you lose some of its properties. So that's why they say it's best to ingest raw if you can tolerate it. But if you cook it, and oh, just another thing too, when you're making raw garlic, one of my favorite things to make with raw garlic is actually a traditional Caesar salad dressing. So it's really, really great tasting, and it has a lot of fresh raw garlic in it. But as far as cooking it, scientists say actually, because it's the allicin enzymes in the garlic that have these wonderful, like, cancer fighting, they help with oxidative stress and inflammation, great for your cardiovascular system, so for your heart too. And scientists say that in order to get the benefits of these enzymes, to allow them to turn into these beneficial compounds, if you crush the garlic 10 minutes before cooking it, crush or chop the garlic, I should say, then you will receive more of the benefits of the allicin that's within the garlic. So what I like to do is whenever I'm cooking something with garlic, I just take the cloves, and one of the first thing I do when I'm prepping my ingredients is I just smash it up and let it sit on the cutting board. So that way by the time I'm ready to use it, it's sat there for hopefully at least 10 minutes and I'm able to get some of those beneficial compounds. Garlic is such a fantastic addition to your garden, and I really think if you try growing it, once you have it, you're going to be so grateful that you have it available to use in your kitchen, and like I said, in your medicine cabinet as well. It can be wonderful for you and your family. If you're looking for something else that's really healthy to incorporate into your diet this time of year, try out shiitake mushrooms. They have amazing benefits, really great for your immune system as well, and I'll go over the benefits in this video coming up here, so if that interests you, you can check it out. I'll see you all again soon.